Shane.
Oh, you don't?
Look at him. Tell me now, Shane, when you're ready.
Yeah, go ahead, boys.
And welcome to Ballygrant for the county final, the day we've been waiting for all the year. This penultimate stage of hurling, the Croagh Kilfinny team, their substitutes are coming out first before the team comes out itself. And shortly now we'll have the team itself. They're coming out just before them. You will see the substitutes there. Brian Jordan, Thomas Skiltonan, Tim Frawley, Aidan Handy, Peter O'Dea, Colm Hannon, John Mullane, Ger Linehan and Alan Linehan. Just for the puck out before the team will be on very, very shortly. The light blue coming out there, led by their captain, Kieran Birmingham. Na Piarsaigh getting vocal support, the playing as selected. In goals, Peter Sheehan, the full back line. Number 2, Derry McMahon, full back Morris Foley. And left full back, Owen Chinners, the half back line. Owen Jackson, centre half back, the captain of the team, wearing number 6, Kieran Birmingham. And completing the half back line is the left half back, Brian Lynch. Midfield, Ronan Keenan, Andrew Sheehan, the half hour line. Derek Kennedy, Pat McHugh and John Paul O'Callaghan. And top of the right, Leon McGrath. Full forward, Owen Ryan. And top of the left, Killeen Hallisey. Yes, the substitutes out there as well. We see Raymond Lennon, Brian Heffernan, John Flanagan, number 19, Raymond O'Brien, Kenneth Leonard, Donegal O'Sullivan, and their manager John Shields having a pep talk before the big occasion, waiting for their photographs to be taken there. And also we see the selectors Liam Kennedy, Martin Keane and Jack O'Callaghan, men who've done Trojan work for Na Piarsaigh. Na Piarsaigh successful in many county finals down through the years, very successful at underage, and their underage policy has paid rich dividends as they're qualifying now for the penultimate stage, the county final. We see the photographers there, Michael Hanley of the Observer, Harry Greensmith of the Limerick Leader, and then a great fan of Na Piarsaigh taking the picture for a souvenir and for the history to come as the subs break away and the team now just for their photographs to be taken. Referee Denis Richardson, this man from Boher, refereeing this county final, a man with a wide range of experience there, and he's hoping for a great game here this evening. Because they're Jimmy and the chairman is out now, the subs are out, and Dick Flanagan was out while ago. And here come Croagh Kilfinny, and I'm sure they will get a rapturous round of applause as they do. The Croagh Kilfinny men led by their captain, left cornerback Paul Sheedy, playing as selected. In goals, James Enright. The full back line, Tom Neville, John Fitzgerald and captain Paul Sheedy. The half back line wearing number 5, David Naughton. Centre half back, Mike Neville, and completing the half back line, left half back, John Barry. Centre of the field, Neville Roach and Conor Barry. The half forward line, Tom Stokes. Centre half forward, Cormac Walsh, and left half forward, Sean Joyce. Top of the right, Eamon Hanley. Full forward, Sean Prindiville. And top of the left, wearing number 16, Morris Meskel. Yes, they're anxious and looking very, very fit under the supreme care of coach Dick Lanigan. And their selectors, Kevin Linehan, PJ Barry, Dermot Giltinan, Morris Meskel and Mike Neville have left no stone unturned in their meticulous preparation for this county final. They had a thrilling semi-final victory against Blackrock, coming good in the last 12 minutes, where they went on a scoring spree and kept the talented Blackrock forward scoreless. Then we see their chairman there, Jimmy Lehin, over there alongside Michael Hanley. Jimmy, who's done great work, wanting to take his photograph to have it as a memento of the occasion, and also Charles Hanley, the secretary. Charles associated as well with the Limerick County Board, and then the treasurer, Joe Hennon, and they're eagerly looking forward to the fray. Very shortly, the referee will toss the coin. The rival captains there, Kieran Birmingham and Paul Sheedy, shaking hands, and Dennis Richardson. And it seems that Na Piarsaigh have won the toss, and they will play with the advantage of the slight breeze in the first half. The referee checking his watch, and the game is on. The county final is on, and it's hard pulling there in the centre of the field. And first to break away are Croagh, and on the attack then is Sean Joyce. Sean Joyce flicks the ball down forward, but gathered there by the centre back Kieran Birmingham. Birmingham there fouled, and it's a free there, free for Croagh Kilfinny in the early stages. Foul on Tom Stokes. The versatile Mick Neville, footballer come hurler, a mighty man to strike the ball. This ball from about 47 metres out in the far offside the field. The game 36 seconds old. It would do a power of good for Neville's confidence to send this one over the bars. Looking good from this angle, looking high, yes. It's gone over the inline and gone wide. No. Peter Sheehan looking up towards this side of the field. Ball dropping high in the centre, pulling for his Morris Meskel. Ball quick down again. Morris Meskel take the action. Morris Meskel quick hit in the first time and then get hit the second time. And good work there by Conor Barry. Conor Barry was steered by the halfback down to Kieran Hallisey. Hallisey, the very beautiful hurler, gone tackled in, and will he get the first point? Finishes with a flourish. The opening point by Killian Hallisey. Na Piarsaigh trying to make most. Killian Hallisey getting the opening point for Na Piarsaigh in the first, number 15. Listed to play in the corner forward position, playing in the half forward position. Ball driven out by Paul Sheedy, the captain leading by example. High into the centre of the field. Neville Roche going for it. Neville Roche get hit. Mighty catch from the air by Neville Roche. Then being hooked the first time, hooked the second time, pulling the third time, stalemate the fourth time. And the ball coming down to the centre. Cormac Welsh battling for it. Welsh tenacious battling with Tom Stokes. And Welsh still battling for it. Stokes get hit. Stokes. Beautiful hurling by Stokes. Tackle from behind. Hook from behind. Foul from behind. It's a free for Croagh Kilfinny. Sean Joyce taking this one. Sean normally ever accurate. Of course, the occasion of a county final, the different occasion, the tricolour and the breeze blowing against his face, 30 metres out. Nonchalantly, he pulled this one over the bar. High guy, good. It looks good by Joyce, and yes, dropping over the inline, dropping wide. Peter Sheehan driving this one, looking up towards Andrew Sheehan. Ball coming up towards into the centre. Wind carrying it forward again. Ball dropping down, batted down, coming to Andrew Sheehan. Andrew Sheehan getting it, coming ahead as Neville Roche. Neville Roche looking behind him. Neville Roche driving it forward again, trying to set up another attack. Down towards Eamon Hanley. Eamon Hanley battling for there. Derry McMahon flick it down to the corner and drive it very, very near the side on the Roberts sideline. A line ball. Or was it Owen Chinners? Owen Chinners kicking that one out over the sideline. Line ball for Croagh Kilfinny.
Point, Morris. Point.
David Nocton preparing to take it. Mike Neville and Green Hennessy very near each other. Good cut by David Nocton. David Nocton high into the centre, being battled forward there by Cormac Welsh. Cormac Welsh down to the corner again. This is a good game with Eamon Hanley. The outside Hanley foul. No, so they're free. Coming across again, and three players going for it and get it up then and trying to get this Cormac Welsh. Cormac Welsh who shots the ball there by Owen Chinners. Owen Chinners still battling for it. Cormac Welsh get it in then, but come in then and the regrouping there and down by Kieran Bermingham. Bermingham down to the centre forward. The centre forward is Pat, and Pat is fouled from behind. Pat McHugh, and it's Na Piarsaigh free. Andrew Sheehan to take it. The tall figure of Andrew Sheehan lobbing this one dangerously around the edge of the square. It's out top of it, but ends in the small parallelogram. A free out for Croagh Kilfinny, deemed to be inside the square. Leon McGrath just to be deemed to be inside the small parallelogram, taken there by Paul Sheedy for offside, trying to find Neville Roche. Neville Roche could be battling for it. Neville Roche pulling it. Neville Roche trying to find Cormac Welsh. Cormac Welsh battling there with the centre back. Pat McHugh, the ball breaking out in, and then battling for it then against Cormac Welsh. Cormac Welsh playing very, very good in the center, trying to find Sean Prendeville. Sean Prendeville battling for it. Sean Prendeville going off the stick there of Derek McMahon. Derek McMahon very near the sideline. Pick it out to the Brian Jackson turning defence into attack and trying to find a centre forward to Pat McHugh battling for it, but Pat McHugh half hooks Mike Neville ball. Neville regroups. Neville drive it down very near the sideline. Line ball for Na Piarsaigh. 10-6 exciting stuff for the early stages here in Ballygrand. The crowd in the offside the field, and the crowd in the stand enjoying every moment of this enthralling encounter. Andrew Sheehan switching sides, a probing ball by Andrew Sheehan down to the edge. It's good work there by the fullback, and the fullback is John Fitzgerald. John Fitzgerald driving up to find Morris Messel. Morris Messel get hit, then Morris Messel drive it forward again, trying into the centre, then Cormac Welsh battling for it then, and then whipped on there forward again, going very, very near the side by Owen Chinners, battling very here near in front of us. It's pulled on further again, and pulled on there by the centre forward. The centre forward is there. It's Pat McHugh. Pat McHugh down to the corner forward. The corner forward there's Killian Halsey. Killian Halsey into hefty chance from behind. Side says the tackle, and then drive it over across to the other half forward. Derek Kindy into hefty challenge. Scoring opportunity for Kindy, high by Kindy and good by Kindy, and just gone over the inline, gone wide. Six minutes and 14 seconds gone. The wind rising, the rain about to appear here in Ballygrand. It would be a pity if the rain would spoil, as referee Denis Richardson ordered Mintos in the far offside than to keep outside the line. Ball looking for the ball behind the goalmouth. Ball sent in from the sideline. James in light getting the ball. The scoreboard. Ein score fight at Croagh Fall. Coolina Warning Na Piarsaigh coming out into McNeville battling for it then, pulling the centre of the field then, and coming on down to Dara Kennedy, going after for offside the field. It appears in this angle it'll be clash ball. Hart running then for offside the field, and it's high pulling there. McNeville preparing to take this one. The game 8 minutes old. Dangerous ball by Nick and Happy. They just got Sean Prindle battling for the Sean Prindle. Low just over the line and John White. Peter Sheehan playing the side of the field constantly, trying to find Killian Hallisey. Ball battling down. Killian trying to bat down further and going into the corner then. And going into this to the back of McNeville, good ball by McNeville for outside the field, trying to find Sean Joyce tenaciously met by Owen Jackson getting this one. Owen Jackson changing direction, trying to for outside the field, trying to find the corner forward. Leon McGrath get it in. Leon McGrath very active forward, then trying to use the side step to full advantage, using the side step, then clicking across it on the Piarsaigh goal, coming up as flicked on there, and then danger still around the Croagh goalmouth as the Croagh defence try to regroup there, and battling for John Barry and Mike Neville, and then also battling is Paul Sheedy. Ball coming out the far side and Sean Joyce forward on the far side, and it appears to be from this angle. They tackle there and Paul Sheedy. Paul driven again, driven further by Ronan Keane dropping dangerously down the edge of the square, going for there's Owen Ryan for a tackle from behind. We're coming out to this in the back then. McNeville drive it in, but his John Barry battling for the half back line there, working heroically for Croagh. John Barry gaining position. John Barry drive it forward again, trying to put the midfield man there is Andrew Sheehan. A high probing ball, long ball by Andrew to the edge of the square, dropping off the line, dropping wide. 10 minutes gone in the game, both teams trying to settle. That's Paul Sheedy looking towards the far offside the field, and that's a great puck out by Sheedy this time, but coming into the centre, pulled down there by Neville Lewis, but going down to the far offside the field there, going to the half out in question is Dara Kennedy probing ball trying to find Owen Ryan pulling across the John Paul O'Callaghan. This is the goal on here, but corner forward, Leon McGrath goal. Leon McGrath gets the first goal of the county final as Na Piarsaigh race into a 4-point lead. Changing the direction this time is Paul Sheedy drive it down again, trying to get his Mike Neville. Ball back to Morris Meston, take a action. Morris Meston, hefty tackle. Morris is there, and it comes down to the corner then, and get it, and then being tackled from behind. Good work there, Eamon Hanley trying to get it. Eamon Hanley trying still get it, and then Eamon Hanley get it. The youthful Hanley winning the acclaim of the crowd, sending it into the centre, then pulling down the Sean Prindle bet it down, but back coming on there as a standings in the back. Kieran Birmingham went it down again in the corner, full back gets there as Morris Foley evades the tackle, turns defence into attack, and then tries to set up another track, then trying to get there by centre forward Pat McHugh's the file there by Mike Neville's foul, and it's a free for Croagh Kilfinny. Exciting times in Ballygran. Croagh Kilfinny badly in need of a score to boost their confidence. Will Mike Neville's free will be the start of this thing that'll send this goal. Plucked from the air there by Morris Mestel, but Morris gone over the end line and gone wide. Ball driven out by the custodian, Peter Sheehan. Ball batted down there, Mike Neville battling for it there and getting his Morris Mestel. Morris Mestel doesn't take the action. The ball quick very near the sideline and out over the sideline. It appears to be a clash ball. Up there by Andrew Sheehan. Andrew Sheehan pulling a second time, pulling a third time, getting a fourth time, then down to the corner, getting there to John Paul O'Callaghan. John Paul O'Callaghan being dispossessed there and getting there is John Fitzgerald. John Fitzgerald into a hefty challenge there, and it's a free for Na Piarsaigh. Andrew Sheehan normally have record. This proves no exception. High and over the bar. James and Wright driving it to the offside the field. Neville Roach going up for it. Neville Roach trying to pluck it from here, battling for it. Neville Roach getting it then, being harassed there by Derek Kennedy, but Neville Roach turning down to the corner then, trying to find Tom Stokes. Tom Stokes, police from behind by Derek McMahon, gone out over the sideline. It appears to be a line ball from Croagh Kilfinny. Or was it a free? A free to the referee. Neville Roach, will he get Croagh's opening score in the 13th minute? A good ball by Roach, looking very good from this angle, dropping, batted out by the custodian. It's gone out by the corner back there, McMahon, out by Peter Sheehan coming out in, and then driven the midfielder Ronan Keane setting up another down towards Derek Kennedy. Derek Kennedy battling for it there. Derek Kennedy harassed there by John Barry. John Barry driving forward down to Sean Joyce. Sean Joyce Harrison behind then, and coming in the ball, stalemate. Then Sean Joyce is in the thick of the action, coming down between Mike Neville and the centre forward is Pat McHugh. Pat McHugh whipping it and very near the sideline. Will go over to the sideline, still in play, gone, just gone out over the sideline.
Come on now, lads. Come on, Con.
David Nocton to take this one. David cut it very well high. Ball dropping down forward again. Mike Neville battling for it then. Whipped forward again. Slippery surface. Mike Neville get it up then. And Mike Neville, throwing ball by Mike Neville. Drop it towards the edge of the square, but coming out again and whipped out there by the cornerback. The cornerback there is Derek McMahon. Derek McMahon to the left side of the field, going to Sean Joyce. Sean Joyce making an angle for himself. And then Sean is fouled, and it's a free for Croagh Kilfinny. Chance for Neville Roach, 25 metres out, to foul on Sean Joyce to get Croagh's opening score after 15 minutes. High by Roach and good by Roach and over the bar. Ball driven out again, quick puck out in, the quick puck out finds Andrew Sheehan probing ball the edge of the square, then dropping down again, getting up there, and there is in danger around the Croagh goal mouth, but John Fitzgerald there and Tom Neville battling, and then John Barry get hit. John Barry then working hard in the half back line. Neville Roach then out to Sean Joyce. Sean Joyce going more into the game last few minutes, the typical swerve, and then trying to find Cormac Welch. Cormac Welch striking forward again to Neville Roach. We see typical Neville Roach, difficulty getting it up the first time, getting it the second time, drive it the third time, and then turning defence into attack. Out to Eamon Hanley. Eamon Hanley switching. Hanley pocket from it. Oh, a hefty challenge on Hanley, and it's a free. Eamon Hanley being a chance for Neville Roach to get a second point. Neville Roach bending, lifting, striking, sending it nonchalantly over the bar. A goal and 2 points. Croagh coming back, improving the last few minutes. Peter Sheehan looking at this side a lot. A good ball by Sheehan, driving high, trying to find Andrew Sheehan. Andrew Sheehan waiting for the breaking ball. The ball is breaking between Pat McHugh and then coming out to the half hour. The half hour in question is Keelan Halsey, listed number 15. Keelan tries a long range shot, but good pressure there by David Knocked, and the ball has gone out of the end line, gone wide. Paul Sheedy taking this one. Paul Sheedy, good one this time. Going up for it then is Neville Roach. Will we see Neville Roach pulling it? Pulled instead by Ronan Keane. Ronan Keane driving down, turning up another attack. Coming down to the corner for Liam McGrath, the man that got the goal. Liam, lightning pace by Liam, gone 40 yards, pushing behind, sending the dummy, still going through. This is Porter in motion into hefty challenge then. And then Liam McGrath, low ball, improving ball for the full foul. Owen Ryan is when he get a goal. Being tackled there, is the penalty. Is it a penalty? Get the referee right. Then the action thought his whistle blew there at one stage, and then still deadly tackling down the goal. Martin pulled low, had it, so a goal by John Paul O'Callaghan. John Paul O'Callaghan. Lot of close play there, and then John Paul O'Callaghan, the half forward wearing number 12, playing the corner forward position, and the ball coming out to the centre again, coming out towards Conberry going for then, get hit then, and then whipped on there, by the other number, and then Andrew Sheehan down, then to the half forward, and John Paul O'Callaghan playing with inspired consequences of Pat McHugh then gone past 2 men, 3 men, another Pat McHugh goal, dropping, the gathered then by the centre back, Mike Neville kick it, then left over to the far offside. The pressure is still on. Dara Kennedy going for it, and Neville Roach gone off the Pearson this angle. To be a line ball, Croagh Kilfinny line ball. Paul Sheedy cutting this one very well down towards Sean Joyce. Sean Joyce battling for it, then Nguasso is Cormac Welch coming, then Na Piarsaigh, then Andrew Sheehan drive down to the centre forward. Pat McHugh making eggs himself, and then Pat McHugh half blocked down by Mike Neville. Mike Neville will try and get this one up, get it up cleverly, and then making eggs himself, and Mike Neville probing long delivery down to the corner then, and get it then as Na Piarsaigh is improving, and put ball down again to the centre, and coming down to try and get his David Knockton battling for it, and Pat McHugh get it. Pat McHugh tackle from behind by Conberry, foul from behind by Conberry, and Na Piarsaigh free. Andrew Sheehan to take it. Andrew strike it very, very well. Dropping high and dropping over the bar. Andrew Sheehan never on the air of grim. Ten minutes to go in the first half. Ball driven out again. Andrew then going for it and get his Conberry. Can't block it from mid-air. Can't send it into David Hanley. Battling for the pillow on the corner, but it's flicked down now. As far as Tom Stokes, lightning reflexes by Stokes. Gone 10, 20, 30 yards, 40 yards, 50 yards, and still going across. And is the goal coming up? No, but Owen Shinner's getting there. Owen Shinner's is hooked by Conor Welch. Going down to Tom Stokes again, as then Piarsaigh Griffin's 3 group. The tenacious Croagh Kilfinny forwards battle again. Sean Joyce get it. Sean Joyce sending the dummy, making egg for himself, a probing ball to the corner, then coming to Sean Prendeville then, and then coming back to the corner back is Owen Shinner's shot is half blocked down. Get it the first time, drive it the second time, pass it the third time. A ferocious battle in there, and then coming there as the centre back is Kieran Birmingham. Birmingham sending it forward again, and then it's down to the got by the half back John Barry. The Hurling is very good block down there by Pat McHugh out. Then get it drive and coming across the field and pulled down there by the cornerback. The cornerback is Paul Sheedy get it, and then driving by the centre field man Andrew Sheehan just over there, and just gone fractionately wide. Dick Lenigan nudging on his charges. Paul Sheedy drive it to the offside the field. Neville Roach going up for it. Neville Roach get it. Neville Roach still battling for it. But coming crosses Derek Kennedy. Derek Kennedy down to the corner forward. Leon McGrath. Nick Hughes angling a great point. They're out again by Paul Sheedy. Going for it there is David Naughton. David Naughton drive it into the centre to Mike Neville. Mike Neville drive it further on the field, trying to find Tom Stokes. Tom Stokes then make it jinking around, but dispossessed at last moment. Stokes gets it again. Stoke get it. Stoke drive it down to the corner, trying to find David Naughton and Sean Prindle. And then battling for it there is Morris Foley. Morris Foley, strong figure of Morris Foley, send it forward. Then is Tom Stokes. Tom Stokes making angle for himself, a good ball forward by Stokes. Down to the corner again, and Morris Foley betty down again, and the ball coming down to Sean Joyce. Sean Joyce making angle for himself. Wissy tickle Sean Joyce, fine, making an angle high, dropping high the edge of the square. Trying to get out there. His own Shinners then good playing, good in defence. Owen Shinners out into trying to find his midfield. Andrew Sheehan battling for it. Andrew Sheehan playing down the wings then, but get it then is David Naughton hooked from behind, half hooked from behind to get it in. Oh, it's there again forward down to him. Conor Quelch across then, but got then, and then chance for Neville Roach, point high, good, and cut there by the custodian Peter Sheehan evades the tackle. Peter Sheehan the ball due to stick this quarter in motion, gone 30, 40, 50 yards out, and then the ball going off his Hurley. Good work there by Sean Joyce and David Naughton for offside the field. Or Eamon Hanley, sorry, Sean Joyce and Eamon Hanley, the custodian Peter Sheehan the ball due to stick, a line ball for Croagh Kilfinny. Sean Joyce to take it. Sean Joyce will cut this one to the edge of the square. Cut it to low ball. Cross towards Eamon Hanley. Eamon Hanley battling for then. But coming then is Derek McMahon and Neville Roach battling for it. Neville Roach get hit up. Derek Roach hefty challenge and dispossessed and coming out to the other. Ronan Keane drowned Hurling by Na Piarsaigh. Down towards David Naughton battling for it with Killian Hallisey. David Naughton out the first time. Get hit the second time. Hook the second time. Get hit the third time. Great spirit by the Brazilian Naughton. Hook the fourth time. It's still Naughton. Free to be taken by Mike Neville. 25 minutes gone the opening half. Mike Neville then, his shot dropping around the edge of the square. Pluck it from here as Conor Quelch will coming on there. Then it's Kieran Bermingham put under there. And batting there Andrew Sheehan. Coming on to the corner into Sean Prindle. Sean Prindle trying to make an angle for himself. Pushing behind. Drive it hand dangerous out of the line. Off the post and over the bar. The crowd enjoying every moment of it. Sean Prindle's into the out of the bar. Ball now quickly to Morris Meskel. Morris Meskel drive it forward again, trying to set up another attack. Sean Prindle, inspirational life, but kicked away from there by Kieran Bermingham. Still Kieran Bermingham back in. Kieran Bermingham coming in the first time, coming the second time, drive in the third time, and mighty drive out of defence by Bermingham, trying to find John Paul O'Callaghan. John Paul get it. John Paul driving into the edge of the square, dropping over the end line, dropping wide. James and Wright pucking this one out, pucking out towards very near us. Going from there is Morris Meskel flick it from mid-air. Croagh improving, badly needed the goal, driving forward there and trying to Owen Shinners battling for it then, and coming also is Brian Inch driving forward again into the centre then, and then putting there outside the corner, great turn of foot there by Pat McHugh miscuing, get it up, tackle from behind by David, and Pat McHugh driving forward again out to the corner at the edge of the square and get it there. Is Ryan batting, flick it out cleverly to Killian Hallisey, into hefty challenge by Killian Hallisey down to the corner again, down to John Paul O'Callaghan, dangerous ball across the stage of the square, but flicked out there by Paul Sheedy there holding his defence, and Tom Neville left in head. Paul Sheedy get hit again, and two Croakmen collide together, and then get hit then is a golden opportunity, and it is free, the referee jumps out of the way. Ball driven out then by James Enright. James Enright cutting over to Pat McHugh. Pat McHugh is fouled and it's a free from Na Piarsaigh. Andrew Sheehan urged by the crowd from 62 metres out to drive it over the bar. Will this be an Andrew Sheehan special? High by Andrew and good by Andrew and dropping high and dropping over the bar. 2 minutes left in the opening half. 2-5 to 3 points, not counting injury time. Neville Roche for offside the field, battling for it there along with the other number 8, Ronan Keane goes out. It appears to be an Na Piarsaigh ball.
Open field ball, Killian.
Andrew Sheehan to take it. And Na Piarsaigh trying to consolidate their position before the half time. Andrew cut it very, very well in towards the corner, then battling for Derek Kennedy. Derek Kennedy can get it up there and trying to get on Leon coming back there and listen to the back. There's Mike Neville turning there, trying to sack this. Owen Kennedy tackled him and Leon McGrath still tackling him and then Mike Neville right over very near the sideline. Another pressure over to the sideline for offside the field. Just a minute left in the opening half. Andrew Sheehan cutting this one very well. This is a dangerous probing ball. Will wind up in the net. Dropping. The custodian James Enright never lost his eye, but the still drive out towards Morris Mestel making an angle for himself and then turning the fence into attack down for offside the field, trying to find Sean Joyce after switching when Sean Joyce pulling it in and trying to find down foul to Eamon Hanley leaving the 50. Owen Shinners whoosh from behind, so Owen Shinners foul from behind. That's a free from Na Piarsaigh. Captain fantastic Kieran Birmingham to take it. The centre half back holding the pivotal position in defence. A mighty shot by Birmingham, dropping the edge of the square where the ball dropped to. Ball flicked further out by the defence and going for it now is Tom Neville showing oil effects of injury, then to hefty challenge then and tackled in and battling for it then, getting this car. Get it there, John Paul O'Callaghan, dangerous ball, get it, but coming out Mike Neville stalling the ball, into have Pat McHugh and Mike Neville still with the ball, already down for dear life, and then Mike Neville is possessed, and Mike Neville coming in, Mike Neville driving it in the ground, trying to find Sean Joyce, gone off Sean Joyce into Cormac Welch for there with Kieran Birmingham, and Kieran Birmingham get it there off the ground, and it's a free for Croagh Kilfinny. Kieran Birmingham resumes his position as we're into injury time in the opening half. Croagh in badly need of a goal. The score 2 goals and 5 points, that's the total 11 points. Croagh 3 points, 8 points behind. Mike Neville Roche dropping the edge of the square, batted down then by the half back. Owen Jackson out is the half-time whistle sounds in Ballygrand. The scoreboard to our left reads 2-5 for Na Piarsaigh. That's and 3 points for Croagh, 8 points between. The second half about to begin. The scoreboard: 3 points for Croagh, 2-5 for Na Piarsaigh. Can Croagh, with wind assistance, come good for the second half? Tightly stalemate in the second half. Neville Roche straight forward, trying to set up with Croagh. Tack going down towards Eamon Hanley. Eamon Hanley battling for it then, and then battling for it then, and trying to get it out then is Kieran Berman. The ball coming across from Morris Mestel. Flicked off Morris Mestel's stick and trying to get it up there is Eamon Hanley winning the line ball there. Constant pressure, and Owen Jackson there trying to get it out. The game 28 seconds old. Croagh Kilfinny badly need of a score. Morris Mestel to take the line ball, and mighty cut by Mestel far offside the field, and then trying to get out there to Tom Stokes. Tom Stokes battling for it. Will Stokes finished off with a flourish, making angle to himself. A high probing ball by Stokes, going on over in line and gone wide. Peter Sheehan driving that ball, a good ball by Sheehan against the wind, trying to put offside the field, trying to find Dara Kennedy battling there, stalemate in the centre of the field. Mike Neville trying to get up. He had a great Mike Neville inspired Croagh Kilfinny, then he hooked in. That big goal, get he driving forward again and down towards the corner, trying to get there is Morris Mestel then coming then at the challenge. Sean Joyce battling for it there along with Kieran Birmingham, and then the good Owen Jackson taking the action as well, and then full ground hurling by Na Piarsaigh down into the corner, and good what there in the corner. This is beautiful stick put there by the man going through, and the man going through is that corner forward Cillian Hallisey sitting driving, trying to find the full forward line. Owen Ryan but coming out there on the half back line is John Barry, and John Barry is get you there and winning a free for Croagh Kilfinny. 2 minutes and 9 seconds gone the second half. No score so far. Tom Neville striking it very well, trying to find Sean Joyce. Sean Joyce battling for it in the far off side with Brian Lynch, gone off Brian Lynch's stick, and it's a Croagh Kilfinny ball. Conberry to take it. Will Conberry drive this one over the bar, or will he drop it at the edge of the square? Cutting it very, very well. Drop it high and drop it over the line, drop it wide.
Come on, Croagh. Oh no, Neville, so in the field out there. Come on, Neville.
Peter Sheehan driving a low ball this time, a low probing ball forward. Sean Joyce battling for it, battling for Aidan Lynch. Aidan Lynch get here this time. Aidan Lynch making an angle for himself, being dispossessed there by Cormac Welsh, and then Sean Joyce get here then. Sean Joyce trying to slice from far out. Eamon Hanley battling for it. The ball flicked out, gone over the inline, gone wide off the stick of Sean Prentable. Peter Sheehan trying to fit offside the field, dropping down there and stopping down to the waiting for the breaking balls. Andrew Sheehan getting the ball into a tackle, slippery sliding, the tackle dispossessed in by David Naughton. David Naughton is fouled, and it's a free for Croagh Kilfinny. Mike Neville, the free right on the 65. The game very nearly 4 minutes old. Can this be the first score of the second half? Mike taking care and precision, placing it, then lifting it, then striking it very well from this angle. It looks good, it is good, and it's high, and it's gone, just over the inline, just gone wide. Driven out by Peter Sheehan. The Piarsaigh under pressure for the second half, driven out into John Paolo Callahan. John Paolo Callahan battling for with David Naughton playing very well in the half back line. Down to the Eamon Hanley, the youthful Hanley, driving across into Cormac Welch. Cormac Welch making an angle from himself. Great chance for Cormac Welch. Driving out to try and David Hanley again, gone over very near the end line. And it's Croagh Kilfinny's their fifth wide in 4 minutes. Peter Sheehan get it. Peter Sheehan playing the far offside the field a lot in the second half, driving into the centre, then battling at the two number 9s, Andrew Sheehan and Conor Barry. Andrew Sheehan, then Mike Neville, the centre back, driving up to the far offside the field. Eamon Hanley battling for it there along with Owen Shinners, and it's gone off a Croagh Kilfinny sticking a line ball from Na Piarsaigh. Na Piarsaigh taking the early pressure. Croagh haven't scored so far, looking for the scores. There's a switch in the Croagh team. The switch is that Neville Roach has gone into the full forward position and Cormac Welch is out, our centre forward. Cormac Welch is out in the midfield. Ball cut very, very well by Andrew Sheehan. Andrew Sheehan drive it forward again and then pulled in again the centre of the field. Battling there, Pat McHugh on the take of the action. Looking away there's Mike Neville. Mike Neville is fouled and it's a free for Croagh Kilfinny. Six minutes very nearly gone in the second half. Mike Neville taking the free from his own 67. Will he drop this one the edge of the square? Morris Foley vigilant in the Piarsaigh full back line. This is dropping down, and Morris Foley batted out then, and the ball coming out to Sean Joyce. A great chance for Joyce to get the opening point in the second half. Turning his stick, turning high and turning well and turning. Yes, it's over the bar. Ball driven out, battling for it in the far offside the field. And the Piarsaigh big roping, can Joyce be the saviour of Croagh Kilfinny into hefty challenge once. Fouled to the referee right in the slot. Referee Denis Richardson telling Mike Neville exactly where to place the ball. 7 minutes and 10 seconds gone in the second half. Mike Neville well within Mike's range to send this one over the bar. Standing, lifting, striking, mishitting it a little, but then dropping the edge of the square. Way up for there's the other Neville, Neville's Lodge. A low throwing ball down to Tom Stokes. Tom Stokes get it in. Tom Stokes good and high and over the bar. Mike Neville to Neville Roach to Tom Stokes, and Stokes and it over the bar. Ball driven out for offside the field. Sean Joyce playing with great work at the moment. And down to Morris Mestel at Cormac Welch. Cormac Welch driving ball into the, trying to find the Sean Prendeville gone out over the line, gone wide. Ball driven out by Peter Sheehan. Peter Sheehan to the offside the field. Sean Joyce winning lots of ball there. This time proves no excitement. Ball goes out his stick on 10-20. This is Porter in motion. Then sending the dummy, slipping the side. Finally across 10. Neville Roach going through Kinman, kicking the ball. Ball blocked down again. Neville trying to get it. And then good work there by the cornerback. The cornerback is Owen Shinners. Owen Shinners is a hefty challenge. And Owen Shinners is fouled. And it's a free from the Piarsaigh. Two scores in the second half. Those scores have been Croagh scores. Very nearly 9 minutes gone. Can they come back? A goal would do them a lot of good, but they might be happy to come back with the points. Coming back into the centre of the field, batted down by Mike Prendeville. Or Mike Neville to Sean Joyce. Sean Joyce, a high probing ball. Sean Prendeville battling for it with Morris Foley. Ball coming down to the corner into David Hanley. Hanley trying to get it up, but got it there. And Derek McMahon drive it. Hooked the first time, driving the second time, driving the third time, getting the fourth time into the hefty talents. And McMahon still in the thick of the action of that playing ground, hurling in the far offside the field, trying to find John Paul O'Callaghan, J. Pon O'Callaghan, trying to find David Nocton, and then into the centre forward, Pat McHugh swung around, and Pat McHugh driving down to the corner forward is Killian Halsey with the orange helmet, and then Killian Halsey trying to find Pat McHugh, and back for it there in the thick of the action is Tom Neville trying to find Cormac Welch battling with the midfielder and with there Ronan Keane, forward again by Welch. Neville Roach going for it, Neville Roach in the centre back, Kieran Birmingham, and it's a free for Na Piarsaigh. Ten minutes gone in the second half.
Come on, time! Come on.
Ball driven forward by Kieran Birmingham. A good ball by Kieran, dropping the edge of the square. Na Piarsaigh looking for that snap goal. Driven low, then Tom Neville pulling it. Tom Neville getting out. Very, very near the line. Mike Neville pulling it, going over for it. Then there's the corner forward. Killian Harrisy trying to keep it in play. Then when avoids the tackles of Mike Neville. Then still Harrisy's gone out, and Dean's gone out over the line for a wide ball. A third of the second half gone. The score 2-5 to 5 points. 6 points between the teams. That was 8 points at half time. Paul Sheedy putting the ball forward, trying to find Neville Roach taking it forward again, coming down to the corner. That excitement, that fever pitch here in Ballyagran, and there to Derek McMahon trying to feed Liam McGrath, harassed by John Barry. Liam McGrath drive it forward again, and then good ball forward again, and the midfield, Andrew Sheehan gone 10, 20, 30 yards with the ball, then glued his stick, then drive it forward again, despite the shackles of John Barry, into the corner. Then coming out there is John Fitzgerald, coming very, very near the score, coming up there, and great work by Tom Neville. Tom Neville shows he's a footballer as well as a hurler, but then Liam McGrath went past Liam McGrath to the excited the crowd. Liam McGrath flicking it across, then Liam McGrath, Cormac Welch flicking it again, then Liam McGrath, Sean Joyce nips in. This band is playing with exuberance in the second half, down to trying to find Sean Prindiville, batted down by the fullback. The fullback is Morris Foley, Sean Prindiville coming into David Hanley, Porter in motion, when the youngster gets it, and the youngster is fouled. Sean Joyce never misses from this, and this proves no exception. High and good and over the bar. The 8-point deficit is down to 5. The outstretched hurley of McNeville, or is that a substitute in the Croagh Kilfinny team? Ball driven out forward again. This is excitement at its best. Peter Sheehan for offside the field, gone very, very near the sideline, gone out over the line. It seems from this angle as it was a Croagh Kilfinny ball. Yes, the linesman for offside the field, Tony Joyce, as the David Nocton preparing to take it. David Nocton cut it very well down towards the edge of the square. Ball dropping quick down. Neville Roche going for it there, but the ball coming out and going for it there is Andrew Sheehan. Then a hefty challenge, and Andrew then with the ball glued to his stick, and then still Andrew Sheehan, and then try to drive it forward, then down towards the corner, then tackling for it there. Is the cornerback, and the cornerback is Paul Sheedy going for it. Then is Conor Barry leading by example, and Barry drive it forward again, battling for it. Then is Tom Stokes playing it by Toddling down to Sean Prindiville along the ground towards David Nocton battling for it and taking the action, and then Sean Prindiville pulling it again. Neville Roche trying to get up, and then coming away are the youthful, and the Piarsaigh defence and pulled on there and flipped out there by the Sean Prindiville to Neville Roche making entrance. Louis Heath to Neville Roche, speciality here high and just over the inline, gone wide. It's a different Croagh Kilfinny team in the second half, a team bubbling with enthusiasm. 14 minutes gone and on the team. Ball driven out high into the centre, and battling for there. Sean Joyce pulled it forward again. Good ball by Sean Joyce towards the edge of the space. The goal coming up, and battling for there is Derek, and then Haney get it, Haney in full fight, and then Haney out just slipping the last moment. Great work by Eamon Haney. He just slipped the last moment as he cut through the Na Piarsaigh defence. Ball driven out towards the side of the field. This by Peter Sheehan. His puck out now, his strongest behind. As Croagh begins to take over, Mike Neville drive down to the edge of the square, and then Sean Prindiville pulling it in. First time battling with the Morris Foley, and then the cornerback Derek get it up, and Derek is fouled, and it's a free from the Piarsaigh. Derek McMahon, the saviour in the Piarsaigh. Up here there is Kieran Birmingham, the captain, leading by example. Conor Barry battling for it, coming there to Andrew Sheehan battling for it, then gone very well on the other side, then trying to be captain play by Andrew Sheehan pulling his gun off for Croagh Kilfinny put, and it's the linesman right in the spot. Or did it go over the line ball? Line ball for Croagh Kilfinny. Quick and there, good ball there by Paul Sheedy. Paul Sheedy into there. Sean Joyce battling for it. Then Tom Stokes getting in for it. Campbell we see Tom Stokes point high by Tom Stokes, but then the wind fails to take it over the bar. Midway through the second half. 5 points between the teams. Sean Joyce getting the breaking ball there. Then coming on is the half-back David Naughton. Naughton leading by example. Naughton going to one challenge, a second challenge. Dispossessed in by John Paul O'Callaghan. And this deemed to be dispossessed illegally. And it's a free for Croagh Kilfinny. Is it Ian Leharney that's on the Croagh Kilfinny team? A very important free for Sean Joyce. Will he got the deficit to 4? Driven high, dropping the edge of the square. Batted high and batted over the bar. Ball driven out high into the centre again. Great. Hurling here, the stalemate in the centre of the field with the referee throw it in. No, it's coming down to the Morris driving forward. Morris Meskel the edge of the square. Flicking out there as the fullback. The fullback is Morris, the other Morris Foley. As Mike Neville, we see typical Mike Neville point. Yes, we will! Yes, we will! A solitary goal between the teams. Everything Croagh battling for their lives. Sean Joyce battling for it. Sean Joyce getting it. And Sean Joyce driving it down to try and Tommy Stokes. Tom Stokes pulling it in. We're coming in as a centre back here at Birmingham. Birmingham trying to get it up instead. Good work there by Morris Meskel. Morris Meskel trying to get a return pass. Tom Stokes getting it in from Neville Rush. Then across the edge of the square. One from then is Aidan Hanley will receive typical Hanley point. Hanley good and Hanley high and Hanley over the bar. Aidan Hanley. The 8-point gap is down to 2. Switches in the team. Mike Neville battling for it then, and foul there, and the man going forward, is John Paul O'Callaghan. Ronan Keane gone back in full back position and driven by Aidan Birmingham, driven hooked from there by the hero Croagh, Mike Neville. Mike Neville driving forward in. Tom Stokes battling for it along with Aidan Lynch. Aidan Lynch get here then. Aidan Lynch being hooked in by Morris Meskel. Morris Meskel get here then. Morris Meskel making an angle for himself. Driving high towards the edge of the square. Is that a goal coming out to across Aidan Hanley to get across then. Driving across there and trying battling for it. Aidan Hanley all the time. Gone very, very near the side. In line was Aidan. Trying to get it up then, and Neville Roche trying to get it with it. Neville Roche who to him in Hushim then, and then battling for it and coming away with it then Morris Foley, and Morris Foley shot it half blocked down by Sean Joyce switching wings and getting Neville Roche, then Neville Roche making an angle for himself. Had Neville Roche shot blocking out over the sideline. Line ball for Croagh Kilfinny. 11 minutes left in the game. 2 points between the teams. 2 goals and 5. Na Piarsaigh have failed to score in the second half. It's all Croagh Kilfinny the last few moments. Good line ball across the edge of the square, batted out. Good line ball by Morris Meskel. Got off the stick of Owen Shinners for a 44. Is it Kieran Birmingham for a 45? 65 in hurling, a 45 in football. Okay. Mike Neville taking the 65. Showing how honest Mike is, he puts it a metre behind the line. Will this be the mighty point? Drive it high and drive it well, drop it the edge of the square, could wind up in the net. Oh, great save of the custodian. The custodian is Peter Sheehan. Peter Sheehan out to the half back there, Owen Jackson battling for it then, and then coming away and trying to get it there is the Kieran Birmingham or Owen Shinners deflecting, still Owen Shinners trying to battle for it very, very near the sideline and trying to keep it out. Then Croagh forwards like playing with tenacity is coming there as Kieran Birmingham, the captain, then tries evades one tackle. The all carried, yes, said the referee. Sean Joyce to take it. Is the 8-point deficit down to 1. A good ball by Joyce, dropping high and dropping over the inline, dropping wide. 9 minutes left in the game. Driven out by Peter Sheehan. Majestic feeling there by John Paul O'Callaghan. Trying to find Leon McGrath. Battling for it for dear life, but battling for him with him is John Barry passing one, then Leon McGrath trying to get again. Leon McGrath drive it forward line, trying to find Derek Kennedy battling for it then. Derek Kennedy battling for it there long, but Paul Sheedy, the captain, leading by example. Morris Meskel is hooked there. Everything that's good in hurling is in this game. Kieran Birmingham drive it forward again, down towards the corner. John Barry going for it there, and then going for it then Sean Prindiville battling for it. On Ryan, a dangerous ball across the edge of the square. Battling, it's gone out. It appears to be gone over the line, gone wide. Got off the stick of Kelly and Halsey, a wide ball. Eight minutes left in the game. Paul Sheedy driving out to the far off side of the field and battling for it there. And the far off side is Tom Stokes. After switching wings again with Sean Joyce. Tom Stokes down to the edge, but then trying to battle for it is Aidan Hanley battling for it with Owen Shinners. Owen Shinners foul, and it's a free. There's officials checking their watch, and we can tell them that there's 8 minutes left in this epic county final. Kieran Birmingham to take it. Could we see a draw? Get you there, Conor Barry down to David Naughton down to Neville Roach into hefty challenge, making angry for it the first time, getting the second time, driving the third time to Sean Joyce a great man to get off the ball, getting the ball, then making angry for himself, the ball glued to his stick, then trying to find Tom Stokes, then overhead, and coming then is Kieran Birmingham get it then, and Birmingham leading by example, half hook from behind, push there, and the Piarsaigh player that's pushed him behind is the Leon McGrath. They breathe a sigh of relief. 7 minutes left in the game. Andrew doesn't hit this one very well, but the ball dropping. The Richardson, Dennis, the man, tries to get out of the way. Ball pulling around then Conberry, and then driven out to the John Barry to Andrew. Andrew will try a long distance point. A great shot by Andrew, but dropping over the line, dropping wide. Croagh Kilfinny breathed a sigh of relief. Na Piarsaigh haven't scored yet. 6.5 minutes left in the game. Paul Sheedy, the captain, the man that accepted the cup when they won the West after getting a stitch over his eye, trying to find Neville Roach, nearly pulling for dear life, down to Aidan Hanley trying to get it up, Aidan into hefty challenge then, and trying to get it in Sean Prindiville, this man dispossessed then, and coming down then to Kieran Birmingham, driving it high, not his Birmingham's clearance, the great clearance, and being pulled on there, Croagh playing for dear life. Have we seen Neville Roach point? Neville Roach high, and Neville Roach dropping the edge of the square, is the goal coming up, deflected the last moment off Morris Meskel's stick, and Morris Meskel getting deflected again over the sign. It appears to be a 65 in this angle. Six minutes left in the game. Mike Neville to take the 65. Bending, lifting, striking, sending it high and dropping the edge of the square, dropping over the line and dropping a goal! Dropping, Mike Neville. The Croagh Kilfinny crowd wide in the grandstand. And Croagh have gone ahead. Can Na Piarsaigh come back, battling for their life? They're battling out in the centre field, battling and pulling in it there, and trying to get it up and set up another attack. Ball getting very near the sideline, pulling in it there on the far side is John Barry. John Barry shotgun out, and it's a line deflected, and it's a line ball for Croagh. Andrew Sheehan is the surprise of the century to be seen in Ballygrand. The wind rising, the excitement rising. David Nocton to take it. Urging there. Players to keep their cool in the closing 5 minutes. David Nocton drive it very near this time, going down to Neville Roche. Neville have to challenge from behind. Neville is fouled from behind, and it's a Croagh Kilfinny free. 4 minutes left in the game, 1 point between them. After that goal, Mike Neville will be freeman of Croagh for the 21st century. Mike Neville, a long distance shot, going, dropping the edge of the square, trying to be got in. Is another goal! The goal, is it Tom Stokes? Is it Morris Meskel? Between them 'tis. Can Na Piarsaigh come back? This is a test of their character. Dara Kennedy fouled in transit. 3 minutes left in the game. Croagh have gone ahead by 4 points and taken there by Andrew Sheehan. Andrew Sheehan out over the in-line, deflected for a 65 off Mike Neville again. The man, the saviour of Croagh. Mike is down his feet. The unbelievable, the unforetold, the unforeseen has happened. Andrew takes it. Andrew's shot dropping the edge of the square. Is there a goal coming up? Dropping. The hand goes up. And the hand that gets it is Mike Neville. Mike Neville driving it forward again. Trying to find Sean Joyce. Sean Joyce getting it up the first time. Difficulty the second time. Getting it the third time. Harris the fourth time. Dennis Richardson goes out of the way. Comes in. Then it's Cormac Welch. Cormac Welch getting it in. And getting it in is David Nocton. David Nocton. Poor train motion. Hook from behind. The spirit of this man is unbelievable. As it's driven forward again. And then driven forward by John Barry. John Barry driving down the edge of the square. Going up for there is trying to get his Morris Meskel. And getting there is the cornerback. The cornerback is Derek McMahon. Derek McMahon out to the centre back. The centre back is Kieran Birmingham. Kieran Birmingham tackle from behind the ball. Glued to Birmingham stick. This is beautiful hurling by Birmingham. Into hefty challenge. Still Birmingham. Birmingham crossed into the midfield. Andrew Sheehan. Andrew Sheehan will try a shot from far out. A dangerous throwing ball. But this gone out over the line and gone wide. 2 minutes left in the game. 4 points. PJ Barry there with the hurley. I didn't see PJ as excited with the last 30 years. PJ was excited in Croagh last week. He's more excited this week. The man with the Reebok jersey, the man that has guided Croagh Kilfinny to victory. Has 2 minutes left in the game. The captain, fantastic Paul Sheedy, drives out to for offside the field. Tom Stokes going for it. Tom Stokes battling for it. And coming in is Aidan Hanley. Aidan Hanley get it in, but get it up in his own chinners. And all chinners making an angle for himself towards this side of the field. Then off the mark, by Conbarry battling with Andrew Sheehan, or Andrew is fouled, and it's Na Piarsaigh free.
What last goal?
Either was Tom Stokes or Mike Meskel. From the two of them that pulled it, one or the other. I'd say it was Stokes. I don't know. Neville Roche was fouled. Mike Neville hit the free. And was it Stokes or Meskel? Choice. Who do you think was?
I hadn't a clue, no. No idea at all. I would get up with him after that.
Jesus Christ, I couldn't believe it.
Oh, jeez, you could go at half time, so I thought they wouldn't want to be in it at all. And that wind isn't that strong. I know there's a bit of a breeze there, but. When the Croagh will County Cal, but they never win it before, isn't it?
54 years ago.
Huh?
54 years ago. It was a minor team from Kilfinny, 1940.
Huh?
1943.
Who did it be?
A minor team from Kilfinny. I don't know.
Huh?
I don't know who that be. Sorry.
That doesn't matter.
Ball driven forward by the midfielder. Can Na Piarsaigh come back? Up goes Neville Roach with the hand and coming down into the centre then and trying to get it is Na Piarsaigh firing an Olsen. There's John Barry trying to figure it out. Then Neville Roach get it. And Neville Roach into hefty challenge. Getting one, getting the second time, maintaining his composure. And then Barry driving down towards the corner. Then battling for it, then trying to get it. Then very near then and get it. Then is Morris Messel battling for it. And also Brian Jordan coming very near the sideline, well hooked there by Morris Meskel, and then coming very near the sideline, trying to get it in. His man that came on as a sub, and then a hefty challenge. Oh, Neville Roach after sticking Neville Roach. It's a line ball for Na Piarsaigh. Raymond Lennon on the Piarsaigh team. Quick one then, and that try. Is it all over as Tony at the free, Tony at the 14 metres. Not the 14 metres. A chance for Sean Joyce. Chance for Sean Joyce to send this one over the bar in injury time. We have about 3 minutes of injury time. 2 minutes gone. Sean Joyce bending, lifting and striking. Drive it high and drive it out in line and wide. Sense of urgency about the Piarsaigh as Peter Sheehan drives the offside the field. Out there to Morris Foley playing the centre back position. Difficulty in getting it up because Cormac Welsh is pressurising. Still Cormac Welsh pressurising. Get it up then his own Jackson. Runs into a spate of Croagh Kilfinny players and then coming across then. And this is beautiful work here. Poetry in motion by the man Brian Jordan who comes on the sub. Brian Jordan is trying to find Sean Joyce. Sean Hoosh from behind. Sean, despite the Hoosh, get it up and into hefty challenge. Making angle for himself. Will he finish this dangerous shot down towards the edge of the square? Is there another score coming up from Morris Meskel? Is there a score coming up from Morris Meskel? The answer is very quickly given. A Morris Meskel goal. Is the game all over? The game's all over. The crowd, they're here in the stand. They're going wild with excitement. They're on the pitch. 3-9-2-5. The unforeseen has happened. The Piarsaigh kept scoreless for the second half as Croagh run right. Croagh Kilfinny, the double is made the first time since 1943. 54 years wait. The famine is over. Tá derelition ngorte as Croagh Kilfinny win the county title. We're celebrating the 150th anniversary of the famine. The famine is over for Croagh Kilfinny after a 54-year wait as Brendan Danaher goes to present the cup, and we'll get the presentation.
Hi lads. Hi, can I come up here? I can't get him to come up there. I even know how to. Same thing to concussion. Okay, boys. First of all, on behalf of the county board, I'd like to congratulate both teams on a wonderful display of hurling here tonight. Okay, I wasn't here at half time, but somebody told me Na Piarsaigh had won it. But at the end of the day, that didn't happen. But I want, first of all, at the outset, I want to congratulate my own club on the arrangements they'd made here for both teams tonight, and to thank them very sincerely for their show. Secondly, I want to thank the referee, his umpires and linesmen for refereeing the game and everything that happened here tonight. So thanks to Denis Richardson and his umpires and linesmen. I want to say this at the outset: Na Piarsaigh to me seemed to be a very, very young team, and they displayed, while I was here for the first 20 minutes, they displayed a great brand of hurling. And I'm delighted to see a young team coming forward in Limerick City. And I'd like to congratulate them and congratulate everybody that was associated with them. And I think tonight we see a grand game of hurling, a first game of hurling that was played in the true spirit that it should be played. But I think, having looked at Kappa last Saturday evening and see their fighting spirit, I knew that Croagh would come back in the second half, and I think they truly displayed the spirit that they have in this team. And I would like to congratulate the people that are in charge of them, their trainer, and their selectors and everybody associated with them. And I think that, we in Limerick are very fortunate that we have teams of that standard coming up and players of that standard. And to say this anyway, but it is a magnificent achievement for any club to win a county. But to win a county in football and to come back and side by side with it to put a hurling county championship beside it. And I think all credit to you and the very best of luck to you. And it is my pleasure now to present the captain with the county.
First of all, I'd like to thank Dick Lanning and his selectors, us boys, and I'd like to thank the referee, linesmen, umpires. The 3 years from Piarsaigh.
And thank God.
I'm Jimmy Sheehan, the two fellas from West Limerick might know me. I have 2 relations involved in the club.
Give me a chance.
We came through from the championship in the city, thinking we were no hope as early on in the year. This is the bonus. We won the city championship, which was brilliant. We went out and made a couple of weekends at Caherdavin, winning the snow and rain. But we came out tonight and you deservedly win the championship. You have some great hurlers. The important thing is your next step has to be on the 21s. You're involved in, you have a joint club as well. But people tend to underrate on the 21 championship. And that's the next stepping stone for a lot of youth. So that's beautiful hurling. That in the A division this year, we're fantastic hurling right through the whole campaign. So the whole thing is, look, stay with your mentors, stay with your club, enjoy your victories, and come back again next year. Because we'll do the same thing. Our lads are trying over there. So best of luck.
Smile, eh?
Lift up your head, Tom.
Come on, move me the let's. We'll get the sub, so.
On a second, lads, on a second.
Sub, 1 in.
1-0.
Go on. Somebody side.
Morris. Morris.
Selectors. Teamwork this side. Dick.
PJ Barry.
PJ. Dick.
One to the side, 3 left side.
Back nice with there, Leslie.
Go lads, we come back.
Come back a small bit.
Fine.
Lads,
Let's come out the way there,
one day more back there. Lads, we come back
Fine,
front.
let's come back. Let's come out the way there, please.
Sunshine out. Lads, we come back front. We give one bit of a chance. You get him, Drake, yeah?
One out, Jack, smile.
Here's the champion.
Smile, Jack.
There we are, me lads.
Come back there, James. Come back there, small bit, James.
Hey lads, go on a minute now. Lads, hold on, no thanks for me. Hold on the flag a bit.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a unique achievement.
It was a tremendous win. It was great for the parish and great for Hurling in general in Croagh. They're a tremendous team with tremendous spirit. I think they're the best team I've seen for a long time as a minor team. If they stay together, and the club will look after them. They're a tremendous club. I think we'll go places and maybe eventually within 4 or 5 years go senior. I think that's.
At half time, Dick, the omens didn't look too good. 2-5 to 3 points.
We let in 2 soft goals. I won't deny that, but we had the wind and. This team, they're very determined and very disciplined. That's the best thing I could say about them. They don't ever pull a dirty stroke. They're hard hitting and play a good game of hurling, and I had every confidence in them. Thank you.
And the semi-final, Dick, against Blackrock, the closing 9 minutes, he gave this display of hurling. Tonight he came back 19 minutes, went a point ahead, and from that to the end he finished off with clinical precision.
Well, that's from their fitness, from both playing football and hurling. Kappa and Croagh, it works well for both, and from their maturity as players and as men, not to panic, and from good selectors on the sideline and tremendous support. The support from Croagh is, I've never seen it in any other parish in my life, and the spirit that's in the club in Croagh is something that you can't battle. It's just there within the people and within the club. If we hadn't the support, we'd win nothing.
And Dick, you said after the West final that wasn't just a 15-man game, but it was a panel game, that you wanted 24, 25 players, and that each and every member of the panel was as important as the next.
Yes, every member of the panel played at some game during this championship, and we needed them at the start of the year when we hadn't a full strength squad, or Cormac Welch is away working. We used different members of the panel, and without a good panel of 25 or 24, 25, you can't achieve it. The youngest man in the team came on tonight and got the winning goal. Each had his different plays. If we wanted a half back, we had someone for that. Full back, Lennon came on, he was there for that. So everyone had their own. It's like a jigsaw. It's just from good selectors. A great team talk from Charles Sandy before the match and at half time. James Lennon drilled them up last night before the match. Everything was done right, and everyone cooperated together, and that's what takes the win.
Dick, there's an old song, 21 years is a mighty long time, 54 years is a mighty long time, but it's history created this evening.
It's history created this evening, thanks be to God. And hopefully we'll go on to do better things. Sean Casey, originally from Patrick's Well, said to me last year after winning down the 16s, that's how the Well started. They won it on the 16 championship I think in the late 50s, he played on it, and hopefully we mightn't become a Patrick's Well, but I definitely think it's in us to go on to win a senior championship within 10 years.
Well, Dick, outstanding achievement, congratulations once again.
Thank you very much, thank you.
Club, congratulations, a remarkable achievement.
Thanks very much, John. Well, it was marvellous for the club, because I think, I suppose we're the envy of every club in the county at the moment, because ourselves and Kappa are getting on very well together, and Kappa won the football this night week, and they went all out there tonight to do the double, and we done the double, and I think there's a great future for both clubs there. But I cannot forget fellas that are involved with the team, like you have Kevin Linehan, PJ Barry, Dick Lenigan, Mike Neville, Dermot Kiltinane and Maris Meskel, the selectors, and Charles Hanley gave me a little bit of a chat there before the game, before a lot of the games. And I had a bit of a meeting with the players myself last night, and we talked about everything from A to Z, and everything we spoke about last night, it was worked on tonight, and it worked at the end of the game in our favour. So I'd like to thank all those people who over the years, not just this year, are involved with underage hurling and Croagh, and they have been through the thick and the thin. Last year we won a county under 16 title, and early in the year Dick Lanigan was training that team too, and he was at the field, I'd say, early in the year with 5 and 6 players. I mean, you end up at the end of the year winning a county with 24 or 5, and it takes a lot of commitment and a lot of time, and everyone is busy, but we're blessed in Croagh and Kappa that we have 6 or 7 fellas involved with every team, and if you haven't that today you won't get the results.
I suppose, Jimmy, in fairness, that the seeds of this victory were sown in under 10, under 12 and the underage policy back the years up along.
Oh, it was, and Tony Joyce now is chairman of the juvenile club, and Tony has done tremendous work over the years there, and there's no doubt about it. But just because we won a county tonight, or that Kappa won a football county last Saturday night, doesn't mean that we can lie back. You have to keep it, if we want to keep a club at the top, you have to keep bringing them in every year.
And great sport, Jimmy, great spirit.
Oh, great spirit, great team spirit. Well, that's been built up between the players now, because they have an awful lot of games played between football and hurling, and seeing that we were lucky enough to get to the county final in both, and I suppose winning both put the icing on the cake.
And winning both, a unique achievement, Jimmy. How would your future words of advice be to all the people, especially the people taking part tonight? Would you encourage them to keep up the good work and to train and go further afield?
Well, I'd say I hurled myself for the club, I'd say for the best part of 20 years, and I never won nothing. I wasn't any good, I suppose, but I put on the jersey and kept the club going. And I would hope, every one of them players out there tonight have plenty of skill and plenty of ability, and they're a great bunch of lads. I'd be hoping like that over the years that we could see them winning a county intermediate or maybe senior championship.
And overall, I suppose, Na Piarsaigh added to this great game as well, because Hurling was the winner.
Oh, Hurling was the winner, there's no doubt about that. I mean, in the first half, we were down 7 points at half time, like it looked a mountain to climb, I suppose. But then again, knowing our lads, I mean, we went behind in every game this year, except the West final against Turnerfollow, we were ahead from the word go. But I mean, they showed great character and coming back in all the games, like. And I suppose it's a great sign of the team, and it must all go well for the club in the future.
Well, Jimmy, keep up the good work and congratulations once again.
Thank you very much, Johnny.
Now we the 3 wise men, but in Croagh Kilfinny, the 5 wise men, the 5 selectors here together and delighted after their unique achievement. Morris, you must be delighted.
Oh, great stuff. I'm really delighted for the boys, every one of them, the subs, the whole lot, put in desperate effort during the year, and I wish them the best in the coming future.
And he made lots of shrewd moves tonight. He moved the wing backs, moved the wing forwards, and I think the moving of Neville Roche forward and then paid rich dividends.
That's great stuff. We tried it a couple of times during the year and it worked off, so we are great that it happened again tonight. So maybe next year we'll be going for the under 21 with a bit of luck.
At half time things didn't look good.
No, but we knew the strong breeze was coming behind us, so we told the boys at half time to go out and give it everything, which they did.
Okay, well done, congratulations. PJ, you said last Saturday night in Croom that tonight will be celebrating the double. Your prophetic words have come true. You must be delighted.
I'm delighted for the boys and for all the lads here and that worked hard all during the year. And on behalf of Kappa, I wish the Croagh lads the best of luck in the future. And it was a great win, and been down 7 points at half time and or down 8 points and win by 7. It was a great achievement.
Neutrals among the crowd said, PJ, when yourself and Morris changed sides for the second half, that he'd give more enthusiasm from the stand side of the field. Would you agree with that, PJ?
We were all at one side for the first half, and Morris and myself went over to the other side, and we kept the boys in tune as much as we could.
I suppose there'll be a month's celebration in Croagh Kilfinny and Kappa.
We're celebrating for the last month, anyway.
Okay, well done, PJ.
Another month.
Well, Mike, you must be delighted. Congratulations and well done.
Thanks, Johnny. Thanks. It's a great achievement for clubs, 2 clubs, Kappa and Croagh, because we're nearly the one club of full, like. We're all the same lads that are doing the same thing.
And at the first half, were they worried at half time?
We were very worried at half time, 8 points down, and I know there was a good fall in this field here, and there was a strong breeze, and 8 points down. There was many men as past 12 points down, they still came back.
You seem to have talent in depth, Mike.
We have. The whole whole full, we have a great panel, full panel, and the credit goes to the whole 24, I think we have in the panel.
I suppose the junior team now will be getting worried about their places.
A lot of them, we have still a small thing to do yet. We have our under 21, we have one game won in that, and we have St Mary's and St Kieran's to beat yet in that, so God is good for the under 21.
A great year for Croagh Kilfinny.
Well, we hope it's a small bit better, maybe. Thanks, Teddy.
During the 20 minutes of the first half, you were running up and down. I thought by your eyes that you thought defeat was staring in the face.
It looked that way all right for a while, but no, the boys plugged away, and I even said it at half time. There was a strong breeze down. It happened again during the year there. There was a strong breeze, and we were behind at half time. And but I knew they'd come back with the breeze that was there because they're good hurlers and great bunch of lads. They're very, they're the same last year or last week. They won the football, and I thought they'd be a bit tired maybe this week after it, but no, they kept plugging away.
In the early stages of the second half there, they shot 5 successive wides. They looked to be a little bit nervous before they settled down.
They did, yeah, but they got going after that. They settled down fairly well and they started plugging away, and Sean Joyce started taking a few good scores, and they're handy. They done well.
Could you take us through the second goal? Neville Roche was fouled. Mike Neville took the free. What happened then?
Mike Neville took the free and it landed in around the square, and it dropped down. I think it was Tom Stokes that dropped down to, and he pulled first time, and lucky enough it landed in the net.
I saw you jumping for joy.
I was leaping around the place, delighted.
Congratulations and well done. Must be a great evening for you. Must be delighted.
It's a great evening. It's great being involved with such a bunch of lads, and we're over the moon.
And Mike was saying you're the quiet man, the selectors, but the shrewd man.
Oh, the quiet man, the shrewd man. But I think the Mike Neville's free really changed the game for us, and the team that goal really was the winner of the match, really. Yeah.
I suppose in every game you have to have some bit of luck. That was the first break you got tonight.
It was a break, and you know the way they were hurling, that break had to come, and then Sean Joyce kind of took over in the half-hour line.
And then the half-back line seemed to play with inspired confidence.
Oh, they did indeed. You know,
when Na Piarsaigh were coming back, Mike Neville made one memorable catch at the edge of the square.
Mike Neville, I think he played his heart out now. He actually played everywhere. Even in the first half there when we needed him, he was inside in the square, catching balls and clearing them out. He hurled
overall, it was a combined team effort.
It was a team effort. I mean, from the word go, there's a great bunch of lads. They never say die. They never give up, no matter how far behind. They'll keep plugging away.
And the happiest evening of your life.
Oh, fantastic. Never felt better.
Okay, congratulations.
Right.
Tony Joyce, chairman of the Juvenile Club. Sean Joyce's father, congratulations. And you must be Juvenile Club. Congratulations, you must be very, very happy.
Thanks very much, I'm delighted. It was a great game. We had it tough enough there because in the first half they were very much on top, but the reason for that was that there was a very strong breeze blowing down against us, and once they got on top there, then they looked very good, but at the same time they were still only up a couple of goals at half time, and I knew if our lads got any couple of chances at all, got a few points, that the goals would come. And that's exactly what happened. And in fact, the goal that really won the match for us, I suppose, was the free, the 65 taken by Mike Neville that went all the way to the net. That put us a point ahead, I think, and after that we never looked back. Tom Stokes came on then after that and he buried another one in the net. And just near the end there, Morris Meskel finished them off altogether with another goal.
I suppose, Tony, there in the other stage of the second half, when they had lots of possession, tons of possession, and they shot 4 or 5 successive wides, you must be a little bit nervous.
We were getting a bit worried, all right, at that stage. The only thing about it was that there was plenty time left. We had missed a few chances, all right, and it wasn't looking good for us. But they made one very bad mistake, I think. Their goalie kept pucking the ball out in the one wing all the time, out to Sean, and Sean was getting it. It was going back in as fast as it was coming out. Our lads were getting the chances. They were bound to put some of them over the bar.
And then I suppose, Tony, county championships hadn't won overnight. That going back over the years, going back, we'll say 6 years ago, there was a great underage policy. He did Trojan work that time and paying rich dividends now.
We did. We won 10 years ago. We won under 14 hurling and under 14 football and under 16 hurling, all in the same year. And I think that really set us going. And from then on, the lads have been working doing Trojan work on the field. And it was bound to happen again, I think, that we'd make the breakthrough again and win a couple of county finals. And there's great credit due to the lads that last Saturday night they won the football and they were able to come back here then tonight and win the hurling.
And there must be a terrific spirit in the parish, Johnny.
There's a great spirit, and there's great, all the lads that are involved there in the team, they're great lads to train and everything, and the fellas over them are very good as well. And they put a lot of work into it, and they deserved, there's great credit due to them, they deserved what they got. Winning 2 county finals is a great achievement. There's a lot of clubs around West Limerick that I'd be delighted to win 1 county final even.
And even though, Tony, you're back to school a week, I suppose you could celebrate this weekend.
I think we'll do a bit of celebrating anyway tonight.
Okay.
So we'll be off tomorrow anyway.
Congratulations and well done again, Tony, and thanks for all the hard work. Pleased now to have with us Etna Neville, who 54 years ago can remember it well because she had an involvement with the Kilfinny team at that time. Could you tell us that involvement? Are your links with the Kilfinny team that last won the minor championship, Etna?
Well, it was my 2 brothers who played with the team in 1943, and I'm glad to see there's still 2 Neville brothers playing with the team today, so they're keeping on the proud tradition. I would like to congratulate this team. I think they're a marvellous team and they're very skillful, and it's good to see it again coming back into the parish. I'm delighted for them.
And there was a great spirit of friendship, camaraderie and a great bond in the Croagh Kilfinny mentors, supporters and players this evening.
Yeah, actually it's a tremendous thing. There's a great parish spirit here in Croagh Kilfinny, and it's great to see that, and I think that is really why the team are doing so well. Everybody is behind them and the same with the Camogie team. I must say we have a great spirit in the Camogie team as well, for the same reason that it's a completely parish effort, and they're doing quite well.
And the future looks bright for the club.
Very bright, I think, with this team especially. I think it augurs well for the future. It's the first time in a long time that we've seen such skill in the parish, and it does augur well for the future.
Etna, going back to your own days, Camogie days, playing with Dublin, you must have many happy memories of those days as well.
Well, I have actually. It was. I think there's no game like it, either hurling or camogie. I enjoyed it for a long time, and I played for quite a while in Dublin as well as at home after coming home, and it was, I suppose, the most enjoyable game I've ever played. And well, my father, of course, has had a couple of All-Irelands as well, and it followed on in the family. And my brothers played for Limerick, a couple of them. And they were very fond of the parish, even though strictly speaking they were not in the parish at all. They were really a parish of Adare, but their loyalties were always to Kilfinny, and they still keep up the interest, and they go to all the Limerick matches, and they still keep an interest in the club here as well. And they'll be very interested now to know how this match went tonight. I'll have to ring them now when I go home.
Thanks, Etna, and the best of good luck.
Right, thank you very much.
I will keep later.
Historic evening here in Ballygran. Mike Neville and James A. Linehan are delighted men. Croagh Kilfinny have achieved the ultimate dream. They have achieved the double. Kilfinny won the title back 54 years ago in 1943. Croagh Kilfinny are minor hurling county champions. Kappa of the football won, and the celebrations going on in Croagh Kilfinny and Kappa will be going on for a long time. So Mike Neville and James E. Linehan, thank you for the memories.
Thank you very much.
Thanks. Okay, John.